All right, let me add myself to the screen. How do I do that? Add to the screen. Okay, how do I do that? Let's get this started. All right, there we go. Here we are. So this is a lunch and learn per se. Um, okay, let me get that overlay out the way. Get this started. Make sure my background is the way I want it, and make sure I have no blurry. So we're going to talk about, as always, we're going to talk about cash, credit, crypto, and sometimes the Christ, the Christos. Sometimes I get into spirituality, but this is going to be about cash, credit, and taxes on this one. Now, I know you may be thinking taxes is not the most um, fun subject to talk about on the money side, but let's be honest, people look forward to tax season, right? A lot of people, unfortunately, love big tax returns. They love those big checks. Nothing wrong with big checks. But what a lot of people don't know is that they have given the IRS, this is also sub caption, the truth about the IRS. And so, what a lot of people don't know is that they have given the IRS a loan free, a free loan with 0% interest. A lot of people do not know, for example, that they actually work for the IR to the S, right? As Greg Cardone would say, for January through April. You're not working for yourself if you are a paycheck person, right? January through April, you are working for the IR to the S. That's why the deadline to file your taxes are in April. So let's break this down. I'm going to share the screen with you again. If you're new to my channel, I am known in the money world as the crypto queen. I'm thinking today about starting a course to teach people about investing in crypto, staking, and decentralized financing. I do not trade cryptocurrency because I'm a firm believer that, and even though I'm not against trading, right, but I'm a firm believer that when you trade back to this, which is known as cash to some, known as the dollar to others, and known as fiat as to some people, when you trade your asset, a cryptocurrency, back to this, not only are you highly taxed on this transaction, meaning that when you take your money out of a crypto wallet, like Coinbase, for example, or crypto.com, and you convert it back to your bank account to use as cash, you are highly taxed on that transaction. A lot of people probably are already seeing 1099s distributed to them through their crypto wallets, or whether it's Robinhood. Some might call it robbing the hood. You may be getting those 1099s from. That's a great question. Where are the champions? That's often a consultation question. However, that would be a smart move, right? Let me close this out. Where the champions ask, and I always ask people when you ask questions, I always provide a super chat for that, because your question may be a small question for you, right? In your mind and your thoughts, but it can bring you big profits. So whenever you are getting expert advice, to me, expert advice is anything you don't know. You should always support it with a super chat. That's just a common exchange of service, right? But that's a good strategy people can use. USDC is a stable coin, and it will prevent taxes. And a stable coins world of champions mean that it offers stability, and that you, unlike cash, right, cash currency, is not losing any purchasing power. It won't lose any interest gain on it through the higher cost of our everyday goods and services, also known as deflation, right? So yes, that move um, would be a smart move for those who can't afford to. But the thing is, we're the champions. A lot of people cannot afford to just stake their crypto or hold it or hodl it because they have one source of income. Even if you're married and you and your spouse, your significant other, both have jobs, I don't want you to tell me, well, Queen, that's technically two sources of income. No, each individual person, any individual person, whether single, married, divorced, or widow, in this economy, for where this economy is headed, should have more than one source, right? Your labor should not be the only source of income. You should have more than one way of making money individually. And if you have a couple, um, or you are in a marriage, right, or a relationship or partnership, that's even the best when both of you bring more than one way of earning income to the table. We are in a health pandemic. What if, for health reasons or health purposes, right, that source or that way of earning money was cut off? So it is always wise and smart and intelligent to have more than one way of earning money. So let's talk about these tax returns and why they will be less and why they will be late. CNBC article states, don't count on that tax refund yet. Why it may be smaller this year. I did an article on that. Hello to you, Edward. Thanks for tuning in and saying hello. Right. And so I did a article. Give me 1 second. I did a live stream on this actually last night, so I'm going to elaborate more on this topic today as I'm typing at the same time, that you're going to see smaller tax returns and they're going to come later than usual, right? They're going to be smaller in amounts and later than usual. Now, this is a hard blow to a lot of people, a lot of the poor working class who often depend on large tax refunds to make it at least until the first 3 months of the year, January, February, usually by March. However, because of unwise spending choices, they're broke again. They're back in that cycle of recycling, of struggling and living paycheck to paycheck, or as Dr. Lynn Richardson would say, paycheck to Monday, meaning that a lot of people get paid Friday, and by Monday they're broke again because they have past due bills. So again, you all come in, hit that like and share button. Let's invite more people in on this live stream. So according to this article, again by CNBC, if you're banking on a tax refund, it may be smaller, or you may expect, or you may even owe. You see that? You may even owe money, more money this season, according to financial experts. And so the advanced child tax credit people, they have these words to tell you that this is just an advancement. The pause student loan payments and the year-end mutual fund payouts, right, may cause higher taxable income for 2021. So a lot of people, that's accustomed to, that's used to getting that child tax credit all in one lump sum, well, you already got an advancement on it, meaning that you've already got that. So now you're really just getting back that money that was taxed out of your paycheck that you gave the government. See, a lot of people do not understand that 40% of your labor, your lifelong work, is given to the IRS through a job. The IRS rewards entrepreneurs and investors. People, the only way that the government, aka IR to the S, can get more money from you if you're uneducated about the tax game, and a tax strategy. And if the majority of your way of earning or making a living is by getting this cash fiat currency, you are highly taxed. This is why they brought this system into play in 1913. This is why they shifted from using gold and silver as currency, as a means of exchange, to now this paper currency. And then in 1971, I'm giving you a history lesson as well. President Nixon then gave the power to OPEC. OPEC is the global oil system. He gave the power, took the power away from the United States, took the way of production, took the power of production. And this was then called, up to that point, after it was no longer, it was removed from being backed by gold and silver in 1971. And then it became known as the petrodollar, which means as long as it was had the backing of something tangible like gold and silver, which is real money, and oil, something of enrichment that's drilled and brought from the earth underground, that our prices remain low. But now that you gave the system to OPEC, which brought in Russia, China, those other countries that drill oil, United States lost much of its production. We're not producers of anything. We thrive and live off of the imports of China, basically, and we're not exporting anything. And so now the petrodollar is officially dead. Most people don't know it because you're going to see it at your price at your grocery stores, your gas, your everyday services. And people are still holding on to this instead of flipping this back into a system in which they can survive, because the government is making fast and drastic changes to this economic system. So now smaller checks in a longer time, right? No, if you're paying someone to give you advance IRS tax refund, that's another couple of thousands or hundreds of dollars that you're wasting as well. So typically, you get a tax refund when you've been paid or withheld more than the amount you owe. And this is the education that many of the poor working class and the upper class alike need to understand. That a lot of people on their W-4 have a higher withholding than what they should. The higher withholding means you give that money again to the IRS, to the AKA government, and you just give them a tax-free loan for the rest of the year, and they take your money and invest in it. So the IRS then subtracts the greater amount or the standard amount or the itemized deduction. So really the only way to be in a lower tax bracket is to not earn a lot of money, right? If you earn anywhere from 81,000 to 172,000, you're taxed anywhere from 22 to 30%. Over 150K, you're taxed anywhere from 24% to 35%. And so a lot of people who have aspirations or desires to be millionaires or decamillionaires don't understand that their biggest expense is taxes. Because when you get to 523,000, even if you're investing in crypto, this chart says 37%, but it's actually 40 to 47%. So the more money you make, the more that the government takes, unless you have tax shelters and you have a plan. So President Joe Biden brought in the American Rescue Plan, and it boosted child tax credit last year, 2021, to $3,000 from 2000 per child age 17 and under, and 600 if you had a child or children under the age of 6. Millions of people are going to be affected by this because millions of families receive their money up front. That means when you receive it up front, you don't get it again. So if you're receiving those 250 and 300 monthly payments, you have a smaller tax write-off right now. And unfortunately, a lot of working families, even though I've been live streaming about it, right? Maybe they're not subscribed to my channel. I hope you all are subscribed to the channel, right? So make sure you hit that red box to subscribe so you can get notifications when I'm live streaming so that you won't miss this life-changing information, right? World of Champions, I totally agree. 2022 just started, right? And chaos is about to begin. World of Champions, I just read, for example, that today hit 1 million cases of the Rona, or whatever they're calling it, Omicron now. Omicron. 1 million cases. And tomorrow is the national 5G rollout, right? Tomorrow is the national 5G rollout. Is going to disrupt airlines, and it's going to disrupt a lot of the cell phone uses. And so, people, this is a daily record, and this is a global hit. Where the champions, let me share this with you. 1 million cases globally. A daily record today. 1 million cases globally. More than a million people in the U.S. was diagnosed with C-19 on Monday. A tsunami of Omicron swamps everywhere is expected daily, right? And so, definitely no answer to this strange virus that came aboard in exactly 2019, when a lot of the banking institutions had to file repo or went into repo. A lot of the poor working middle class and upper middle class alike are those are persons who don't have a lot of financial education or literacy, don't understand what the repo market means as it relates to the banking institutions. They only understand repossessions when it comes to their vehicle. But basically, the repo market is in 2019, the banks went broke. And this was an undercover. It was not widely advertised on local news, local media, of course. And it was the perfect storm because just as the system went broke in 2019, then C-19 arose. So if you qualify, for example, for a $3,000 tax credit, and you receive up to $1,500 payments already in advance or upfront, right? You will only claim the $1,500 balance when you file a tax return. So that's $1,500 less than usual. So imagine if a person has 2, 3, or plus children. Then what you would get a previous year, guess what? The prices of everything was lower than previous years. So also, if you have to return part of the advance credit, if your adjusted gross income in last year, 2021, exceeds certain limits, this phases out for single parents. Just over $75,000 for single parents, or $150K for joint filers. So if it's families that was eligible for enhanced tax credits over the amount of $95,000 if you were single, and $170 if you're married, right? You lose that eligibility for enhanced tax credit. Let me repeat that. If you are single, single filers, the enhanced tax credit for over $95,000, and if you're married filing joint for $170,000, you lose the enhanced tax credit. Also, let's talk about the student loan pausement. what happened with the Department of Education. And if you see that 254 number on the screen, that's because I have something very special for you at the end to somewhat help you through these times of our financial system reset. You can get a $99 discount on a way to get more cash flow, to add 475 tax deductions, and to make more money just by working from home or using your mobile phone. So now you have the pause student loan payments. Again, in March of 2020, the Department of Education gave millions of Americans the options to pause their monthly student loan payments, and 90% of people accepted it, right? They thought that I'm getting something free, right? And so while they took this break, it's a trade-off. You now get no write-off for student loan interest that you used to. Now, a lot of you all may not know this, but your tax strategist is going to break it down to you, because, and unfortunately, some people do their own taxes. They're going to owe because they don't know these tax laws and tax strategies. This is why I say, when it always comes to your money, get expert help, right? So now, no student loan interest. Typically, you could deduct up to $2,500 worth of interest, depending on how much you paid. That's the tax break. This greatly reduces your gross income. They call it gross income for a reason, right? Because it's gross. And this even without itemizations. So this could be per child at the end of the day, $500 to $600 less in real money. Now, this is just for student loan, right? Interest, I'm sorry, I think I said per child. What I wanted to say, or intended to say, $500 to $600 at the end of the day in real money of interest loss after that adjustment. So the $2,500 benefit starts to phase out last year, right? Again, if you're a single filer, it's $70,000. If you're joint, $140,000, et cetera, et cetera. This is a big deal for middle income filers making student loan payments. Then it goes on to talk about mutual funds. And people, this image here, tax the rich. The rich will never be taxed, because the rich have financial education and they understand the importance of tax shelters. Government will never tax the rich. Government is the rich. They will not cut off their own hands. They will not hurt their own family in generational wealth. They can sell you on that. It will never happen. They've been saying this for years. Politics has been promising this for years. It won't happen. It will never happen. Because they know how to avoid paying taxes. It won't happen. It will never happen. And guess what? You should just increase your knowledge and do the same. Again, at 254-788-1144 number, if you want a $99 discount off the regular investment of $228 to start your business working from home, working part-time, to get another cash flow stream of income coming in, to get extra money, to get more tax shelters and tax deductions, especially if you took your crypto investing and flipped it back into fiat or cash. You're going to get taxes there as well. So getting cash flow and staking and using DeFi in the crypto world is a much better strategy, because you do not get taxed on debt, right? So I'm about to wrap this up. I'm going to share this last video with you. People, that investment is only $129 right now. So what to expect for tax refund, right? See if I can play this video. Okay, here we go.
Some delays from 2020 shutdowns. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Shelby Roberts. Mark Welp has the night off. Our Sheridan Hertig joins us live in studio tonight to tell us what you might expect when getting tax refunds come this year. Sheridan.
Shelby, after speaking with the president of a local tax preparation company, it's clear that your tax refund will most likely be lower than previous years. William Sharp, president of Total Income Tax in Peoria, says when the IRS shut down in 2020, a large percentage of their staff did not come back. This made it difficult for workers to process refunds quickly. Aside from possibly getting your refunds late, Sharp says the most important thing to know is some people were given child tax credits as an advance in the summer of 2021. So if the IRS gave too much of a refund back, it's possible some people may have a balance due on their tax refund instead of being given money back.
Keep your expectations low this year. If you're used to getting, let's say, $5,000 or more, don't expect that until you file your taxes. And secondly, after you file them, if the number is the same, don't anticipate that refund until it literally is in your hands or in your bank account.
Sharp says that the child tax refund is only one part of the possible delay and to ultimately not have high hopes on your refund. Shelby.
They tell you don't have high hopes. They're also telling you it's going to be late. It's going to be less. There's a shortage of workers, right?
Same on FICA because
C19 is slowing everything up. Shortage of workers. This is also known as the Great Resignation. People, if you don't take this opportunity now to earn more money, whether you want to invest in crypto or not, if you just want to stay afloat, you got school closings happening again, more remote learning from home, also a food shortage. So we're going to see supply and demand. Less food is available at your grocery stores, at your Walmarts, et cetera, et cetera. Less food, higher prices. Most middle class right now can't even afford. They cannot even afford the price of any red meat, any hamburgers, any steak. Right? Lamb was already high, right? They cannot afford it. And so children are at home. As yesterday, the national law was passed, a national law to raise utility bills. You're going to see higher utility bills. And the thing about this business and home-based business is not only does it give you an opportunity to get more cash flow, but it also assists with your credit. You need experts when it comes to credit repair as well. Because if you don't have cashback credit cards to take advantage of with low interest rates, you're losing. If you're using your debit card and you're not getting some money back when you spend or make a transaction out of your bank account, you are losing money because the prices are increasing. So besides couponing and just clipping coupons, you need to get money back because inflation in 2021 is about 7% higher across the board. Gas prices were the highest it's seen in over 70 years. Grocery prices are the highest seen. And gas prices are going to have another spike up at the gas pump. You just see a little relief now. And don't you all find it coincidental that when the gas prices are lowered, less people are traveling anyway, as more schools across the country are debating if kids should return to school? The last time gas prices were the lowest, a lot of Americans were in quarantine anyway. A lot of Americans were already working from home. So it was not to anyone's advantage per se. With the airlines decreasing the amount of flights and even canceling flights, there's not a lot of traveling. So lower gas prices are not advantageous at this time. You need this plan. You need to be positioned. And you definitely, like last year, definitely got to be prepared. Because if you're not prepared, and I hear some people tell me some things like, this is the rapture, God is coming back. Don't you think that in the 1930s during the Great Depression, that those people thought this has to be the return of God. This have to be the rapture. You can also visit my website, 1111, that's 4 ones, millionmovement.com. You got to win the financial game, people, and get more cash flow with one 3-letter word: tax. I got another video to show you about taxes. So if you want to visit this website about how to instantly improve your money situation, then here's the link. Other than that, you can send that text message, and I would text you the link as well, giving you 2 options to take advantage of this $99 discount, $99 credit discount, whichever you want to call it. And so let me show you this other video, right, where you might want to visit their website, that is very educational as well about the tax game. Most people don't understand this is your biggest expense.
You might get away with it, but like, I don't want you to try that. Okay.
Here's the thing.
Okay,
let's talk about it. I got this watch, right?
Uh-huh.
And I want to write it off, right? What if I did a podcast episode on watches and I got the watch so that I can be in the conversation of the podcast episode?
If Rolex was a sponsor, then yeah, because now that is actually bringing revenue into your business. You can track it.
If Rolex is a sponsor.
Because you're now wearing that in promotion of a business activity that can bring in more business to your podcast.
Paying taxes and why it's set up like that and why some people don't have to pay it.
Okay, I got you. You're basically working 40% of your life for free.
All right.
Love collaboration.
Well, there we go. So, welcome to the show.
Happy to be here.
Happy to have you. I like the energy already.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what you were explaining is you help entrepreneurs not have to give the man or give Joe Biden all your money.
Yeah, I help entrepreneurs live tax-free. We're living in a society right now.
When you say tax-free, what do you mean?
Like not pay taxes.
At all?
It depends on how good the strategy is, right? And that's situation by situation. I'm gonna give you some game that if you implement.
So you're a tax strategist?
Yes, I'm a CPA.
Oh,
yeah.
See? Totally. We're here. Okay.
CPA,
So
I work hard for that license. You know what I'm saying?
So, but not all CPAs focus on taxes, right?
Not all CPA focus on taxes.
But your thing is taxes.
Oh, yeah. It's everybody's number one expense. Do you know the average person pays 40% of their lifetime income in taxes? You're basically working 40% of your life for free.
That sucks.
Who has time for that?
I don't got time for that. All right, so introduce yourself, Larry, because I got a million questions because this is like some real stuff for me right now.
Yeah. So my name is Carter Cofield. I'm a CPA, and my goal is to help entrepreneurs live tax-free. So I have books, courses, masterminds, all that jazz. Because right now, especially in the Black community, entrepreneurship is hot. A lot of people making a lot of money, but the problem is they don't know how to manage it or how to lower their tax bill. They're gonna be surprised come April with all this money they made. And my goal is to not let that happen.
Okay. First off, that's your real name?
Carter, yeah.
Not Carter Cofield?
Yeah.
That's a cool name. Sounds like stage name-ish.
No, it's my real name,
It's
bro.
your real joint? That's all right. All right, so I just want to put that out there. All right, so this lady, I think she's for sure the wrong person to be talking to after she told me this news. And, she's like going through my numbers and stuff like that. And she said, yeah, you're probably gonna have to pay about 35% in taxes. I said, of that number? When? I'm not doing that. And then I started thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, we all default to, well, Donald Trump don't pay no taxes.
Right,
How you do that? And so that's where my mind went.
Sure.
So first off, explain taxes and why it's set up like that and why some people don't have to pay it.
Okay, I got you. Got it. So
I asked you like 4 questions.
No, I mean, I'm gonna break it all the way down.
Explain taxes first.
Got you. So here's the thing. Most people don't know the tax code is nothing to be scared of. All the tax code is an incentive system for you to do what the government wants you to do. I like to call it an incentivized game. And like any game, you have to do two things. Number one, you need to be on the right team, right? So taxes are made to benefit entrepreneurs and investors. So if you're a W-2 earner, you're on the wrong team because you're going to pay the most taxes.
Taxes are made to
benefit entrepreneurs and investors because we're making jobs, we're stimulating the economy, and we're doing what the government wants us to do. So they give us massive tax breaks, which we're going to talk about later. But the second piece about it is you have to know the rules. And one of my favorite rules is for people to understand what I call like the golden tax formula. Very simple. When you're a W-2 earner, right, you get paid, right? You had a job before, okay? They took taxes out before you even said anything.
Correct.
They gave you what's left,
right?
As a business owner, you get paid, you spend money, reinvest into your business, you pay taxes on what's left, right? So it switches the equation. So now you control the taxes that you pay by how much money you reinvest and spend into your business. So you're actually in control of what you can do. So I like to educate people on first taking control of your tax situation and then use the strategies I'm gonna talk about to minimize your taxes.
Gotcha.
All right, so let me educate on that, and then I'm gonna log off. We're gonna end this live stream. Let me educate and expound on what he just said, right? That you don't get paid first. When a lot of poor working class and upper middle class say, I got paid today. No, you didn't. Well, yeah, you did technically, but you was about the fifth or sixth person that got paid from your labor. And this is how the rich and wealthy flip that up. And this is why that number is why it's on the screen, because you can get 470 tax deductions. I call it a paycheck pay raise. Virtually everyone, all of my business partners, everyone that enrolled, whether it was $228 or $129, right? Again, you got a $99 discount starting today that's going to end by the end of the month. Also, if you share this with other people, you get a $50 per person, right, that comes in for $129 up to, thank you so much, Sherry, to get the lights up to the end of this month, right, January 31st. And if you do it before January 31st, if you enroll today for $129, you get a $150 bonus. So let me break this down to you. This is how a poor person, or a person that lives paycheck to paycheck, or a person that works as an employee, cash flow. I have my little board up today because I have all my crypto stuff on this side. This is how their cash flow work. They get a paycheck, right? You get paid. You know, what's that song? Just got paid Friday night. Yeah. Parties pumping. Most people party their paycheck away too much too. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. You get paid, right? You get a salary. Your paycheck goes right, and if your money flows like this, I can put this cash bill to give you a full visual. This is how your cash flow. Now, after FICA, some states don't have state taxes. Some states do. They have federal and state. Texas and Florida, Arizona does not have state, but still they have FICA. And then you get your insurances. See, the big business get paid. Vision, dental, health, medical, accidental. They even have cancer insurance now. You know, short-term disability, long-term disability. So that's about 5 to 6 insurances they get paid. And finally, if you don't have any other things coming out, because a lot of people have their children or their spouse under the insurance, well, it hits the other big business, which is the bank, if you have direct deposit. Now, rent, and it's hard for me to write. If you are renting, if you are a home buyer, you pay your rent or mortgage. Then most people have vehicle loans or a car loan or a truck loan. Another great tip about tax write-offs is that if you purchase a vehicle, which I just purchased a vehicle last year, a Jeep, I purchased it strategically, over 6,000 pounds. Most people prefer to get trucks. I want to be a Jeep girl. You can get that as a tax write-off as well, right? Over 6,000 pounds. These are all strategies and secrets in this home-based business that you all may not know, that the experts know, right? And then credit card debt. See, you haven't got paid yet. You haven't got paid. See, I just listed 1, 2. This is about 5 and 1. So let's say it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other services that have got paid out for your labor than you. And then you got student loan debt, right? This is how the cash flow work for the poor working class and most upper middle class. Student loan debt. Then you got your utilities and bills. But what this home-based business do is allow you to convert your bills into business tax deductions. We call it anyway money. It's money that you're spending anyway. So money that you're spending on your cell phone bill, on your water, your lights. This money comes back to you because now you transform your apartment, your townhouse, or your home into a home-based business. Now a certain square footage or wherever you're residing is now a business expense, people, and not a bill. You have to convert your bills into business tax deduction. These are cash flow strategies. This is how you get more cash flow. You have to have more than just itemized deductions. You have to know what right vehicles to purchase. You have to know how to get mileage back over your vehicles as well. So instead of now you just having a car loan or a vehicle loan, now that vehicle is used for business purposes because you added a home-based business to your paycheck. This is how you stack up. You're getting money that you're spending out to flow back to you. That's the real definition of cash flow. It's not just I'm making money in my sleep. You're also getting money back that you put out to come back to you when it comes tax season. Student loan that we just talked about, when a lot of people stopped paying on their student loans, they were not able to claim up their interest payments. They put a pause statement. Now you're paying your credit card debts. But see, this is how the rich and wealthy, see, the problem is people don't have a financial education. And then I can even put in here, a lot of people are going to get taxed on their crypto transactions because they didn't understand decentralized financing and they didn't understand the power of staking, and they didn't have enough cash flow to hold that asset, which is crypto, for the long term. If you traded any quality crypto back for this, you're getting taxed on it. And this system of cash system is being faded out. It's being done away with. So you had multiple losses if you made that move. See, the Bible, the basic, the book for basic instructions, a book of instructions, basic instructions how to live life before you leave this earth, right? Basic instructions before leaving earth, Bible. Basic instructions but before leaving earth says it this way: people perish for a lack of knowledge. And I even put a twist on it. People remain in poverty because of a lack of knowledge. Napoleon Hill made a quote that says this: religion was created so poor people could not kill rich people. Right? They had to think of a way to keep slaves from wanting to rebel against the masters. They had to think of a way to keep the poor working class from wanting to rebel against the government system once they found the truth. So thus, let's create religion. C-Stamp said, what's the name of the home-based business? Can nurses use this? Listen, nurses, independent contractors, everybody that has a source of income. And if you have a paycheck, Robert Kiyosaki calls it this way, C-Stamp. That's a great question. That there's only 4 ways people make money. You either make it on this side as an employee. The S quadrant is 1099. 1099 contractors, specialists like doctors, lawyers, right? People that makes 6 figures. Then you have the business side. You got the Jeff Bezos. You got Starbucks. These people have 500 plus employees working for them in a system. See, you need a system. You need a money system, right? And then you have investors, people that take cash and they invest it. See, money making money is taxed less than labor making money. That's called your capital gains. That is taxed less when your money makes money than you going out and working a job, for example. This part, if you're an employee, which 98% of the population is, you're taxed 30%. Again, most people don't know you work for the government January through April. That's why April 14th, 15th is the deadline to file taxes. You don't, 4 months out of the year you work for the government. The other 4 months out of the year you work to pay back your debts, the banks, that mortgage, that vehicle loan, that credit card debt. Now you only have half of the year left. And then the other 4 months, you pay big businesses. See, you pay banks 4 months. And then you pay big businesses the other months. What do you mean by that, Queen? Well, you engage in, again, recreational activities. You engage in January, a New Year's Eve party. February is going to be Love Month, Valentine's Day. March, spring break comes in. See, this is all big business and advertising to people who are what's called consumers. April, you got April Fools coming in, celebration. Then you got May and June, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and then graduation. They market to you for graduates. You spend money on graduation, right? And then August. Well, then they added Juneteenth. They added Juneteenth. And then 4th of July, you celebrate Independence Day. And then August is back to school. Then September is Labor Day that people celebrate. And then it comes from October is Halloween, November Thanksgiving, December they celebrate Christmas. And it restarts all over again until you understand the name of the game. So then this bracket is taxed even higher. If you're a 1099 contractor or a specialist, a doctor, a lawyer, you make more money. So guess what? You're taxed higher. This is 40 to 60%. But business owners, people that own these businesses, are taxed 10 to 20%. And guess what? If you invest your money and don't flip it back to cash, you're taxed even less, 0%. So this is what wealthy people do. This is how they strategize. This is how they stay rich and wealthy. And again, people, $129 investment. You can't tell me you want to be a millionaire, right? And the home-based business name is Making Wealth Real, because you get 470 tax deductions. They also assist you to improve your credit. Another thing that's taking people money is bad credit. They pay higher interest rates. They cannot use or leverage debt to get assets. So assets, real estate. This is how the rich and wealthy people play the game. Crypto, stocks. See, if you don't have this in your portfolio, You're not playing the millionaire's game. They have bonds. They're not talking about, I got a 401k. A 401k is a scam, but I don't have time for that. They have intellectual property. And so then that money comes here. This is their income, right? See, FICO is not involved in this at this point. So they get income, they have real estate, they get rental income. They have tenants. They get residual cash flow. They have dividends in crypto or stocks. They have royalties through their intellectual property, right? They have money flowing to them this way. They get interest for people that hold crypto. You get interest on top of interest. And then they pay or they take care of expenses, liability. Liabilities is anything that takes money out of your pockets. And guess what? They get taxed last. Not like your paycheck that gets taxed first. So what you do is you flip the script and you allow your paycheck to, just like the rich and wealthy, as you are on your path to becoming a decamillionaire, multimillionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, you can allow your paycheck to get taxed just like the rich and wealthy. Most people file bankruptcy because they have a negative cash flow of $500 a month negative. Well, virtually everybody on my team at minimum has at least a $500 all the way up to a $1,400 increase once they join this home-based business and add these tax deductions and work with the experts. Right? Thank you, Jackpot Jade. Finally, somebody appreciate my crash course. Thank you so much. Right? Alone is worth. Thank you. So I really do appreciate that. So we buy North houses. And if you buy houses, guess what? They also have a realtors program for realtors. Right now, realtors are having issues with finding properties. So Making Wealth Real has properties that they work with realtors. I don't know if you're a realtor or you just buy real estate, but they help you find this real estate, right? And they work with realtors to get their potential clients qualified credit wise, cash flow wise, and tax wise to be home buyers. So it also has a real estate for realtors portion to the program as well, not just employees and 1099 contractors. They have a fire landlord program for people that's renting and want to be a future home buyer. So this very well may interest you. We don't sell products over here. We do services. We don't have Mary Kay products. You don't have to buy a buck of products, and we don't have weight loss products. We have system and services. You have your services that anybody that says, look, I'm struggling financially. I need a paycheck pay raise, right? You give that services to the employees. If it's a 1099 contractor that say, hey, I'm making $250K a year, but I'm paying $20,000 to $30,000 in taxes. Okay, 1099 contractor, here's 470 tax deductions, right? Most people give their children allowances. You can hire your children to work in the business, people, and get $12,000 back to tax deductions. So you have to know the difference between what tax exemptions are, which employees only get 9 tax exemptions, versus business tax deductions. Again, that money is flowing away from you anyway. If you're paying bills, you're paying that money anyway. You might as well get that money back from the government. If you're driving your vehicle, you might as well get that money back for your mileage, right? We know that when you purchase a new vehicle, for example, it immediately immediately depreciates once you drive it off the car lot. So no, you're not selling anything. You don't have to sell anything. You can just enroll for yourself and for your family, for your personal. But if you want to reap the rewards of referring the business to other people in a financial crisis that could need this help, who needs extra money, who used to depend on a tax refund that they may not get until March, and it's going to be thousands of dollars less. If you know people that can use these services, guess what? The business rewards you financially. And it puts extra money into your pocket to invest in crypto with, to invest in stocks with, or to be able to stay afloat and pay your bills. We make financial smart decisions over here. So again, text I want in. That 129 discount is going to end. Actually, in March, the 228 price will increase for this business. So people, now is the time. Again, 1 million cases today. You can expect another shutdown. You might as well make money. If you are a person, right, who likes, to watch maybe more than one video, you can visit my website. It breaks down for you in multiple videos, also in Spanish, of how to win the money game and instantly put more cash back in your pockets. Because not struggling financially is about how much money you make and how much money you keep. So the bank squeeze you like a sponge for every last drop through these vehicle notes or a mortgage or credit card debt. Every last drop of interest causing your credit score to work against you and not for you. And then you have big businesses increasing the cost. See, big businesses can increase the cost of milk and eggs and bread whenever they choose to, and gas. So, and they're doing it now. We're under the highest inflation rate. And then the government reach in your pocket, people, and take 1/3 of your paycheck. So I use this for luxury. They get a luxury car bonus. These are your 4 roadblocks, people: big businesses, taxes, and debt. So again, you can visit the website, or you can just simply text my phone. Mike, you want in? Text me, I want in. I send you the link. You're going to be directed to this page. It's going to look just like this. And you're going to see that $99 credit or discount, however way you want to word it, on that screen. So let me pull this up for you so you can see it. Because we and I are helping people win financially. The Cash to Crypto movement is the greatest financial distribution of wealth ever experienced. And people, you can be, as Charles Dickens says, the tale of two cities. This is the best of time and the worst of time combined. You see the $99 discount wave, right? So go ahead and get in. So when you share with other people that you know, they can get advantage of this $99 discount as well. Because February 1st, send me a text. I sure will. It's going back to 228, and then in March it's going to increase from there. So $99, and it tells you right in red when it's ended. Send me a text message and I get you all started today. Send that text now, and let's win in this financial shift and this financial transfer, also known as the Great Reset, people. You don't have to be on the poverty side of the equation. You can be on the prosperity side. So I'm going to end my live stream with this. Rewatch this at least 2 to 3 times. I shared a wealth of knowledge with you. How big can you think? Magnify your mind. Manifest with your mouth. The power of life and death is in your tongue. Maximize your mission in life. Deuteronomy 28:11 says great prosperity. And be blessed to be a blessing, people. And always, according to Deuteronomy 1:11, that may the Lord thy God, the God of our ancestors, increase you 1,000 times more and bless you as promised. Always multiply your money and be a good servant, like Matthew 25, right? Where you can enter into the joy of the Lord and he can say, well done, my good and faithful servant, because you have multiplied your money. Queen out.